Hi, welcome to Sorbet Suarez live videos. We are doing the third of our sessions today, and today we're going live with a celebrity stylist from Mumbai, Anandita De. I'm just going to put her in through right now. One second. I think we're just going to wait for more people also to join in.
Hi guys.
Hi, Anna. How are you?
Good. It's such a treat to be here. It's one of my first lives, so I'm super excited.
We're so excited to have you as well. How's it going? I'm just gonna wait for more people to actually join in before we start the whole conversation. But tell me, how's it going in Bombay? Like, how's the whole situation? I mean, we've stopped seeing the news now, and it just gets more taxing when you see it. So, how's it going in Bombay?
It's going good. I think that Mumbaikars have a spirit which is a never dying spirit, which keeps our city together and it keeps the momentum up that one does not feel depressed or full of angst. I mean, of course, there are that the situation is grim right now, but we can only be happy in our own spaces and try and be happy so that at least we can retain a good sense of mind.
Yeah, I think it's only the only way through this is just be positive and be happy and just stay in
Yeah,
and do things
yeah,
the way it is. So
yeah.
tell us a little bit about your journey. I know you personally, I know you as a friend as well, but I think everybody would like to know. So you started a styling service before anything even came through. So that was with Koket, and I remember that was way long back. So I'm gonna pull out some photos or whatever I have, but just speak on that.
Right. So it was a very exciting process because I've always been a child who's been a bit rebellious and who's always wanted to break the norms and be unconventionally different. So
Right.
Coquette was just an
This is
extension
the
of
true.
that.
Right.
Yeah. So
Wait, I'm
Coquette
gonna
was
speak
just an
about it.
extension of that,
Okay.
extension of what I've always loved to do, which was risque. I started off my journey in 2016 with launching risque, and Coquette is an extension of that, of how to be true to one's identity and retain the person that you are. So Coquette is about styling, it's about personal grooming, it's about feeling your best. It's about being, sometimes people want to be thematic, so they dress differently for different occasions. So it's that. And Coquette is also something which is not supposed to be taken so seriously, like, oh shit, like I have to be right in my dressing sense. Sometimes
Yeah.
you just want to go with the mood. Sometimes you just want to be creative, and that's it. So Coquette is also to bring that person out and how to be vibrant and be experimental.
So I mean, this is one of your very experimental photos, which is one of my own favorites. And I'm just gonna go through some of your other quirky and different photos. So I mean, just run us through the kind of work that you're doing and like what's been your USP particularly.
Well, my USP is, like I said, to bring out the person's personality. So that is what I meet a person, a personal consult first, and then I understand it from their perspective, what they're comfortable with, what is their silhouette, and then I style them according to that. However, I like experimenting because I just think that we YOLO, like exactly what the concept is, that you live just once, so why
Once.
not,
True.
like,
Yes.
why not be. And I think that it's a very exciting time for India right now. People have gotten a lot more daring because we are so in tune with what is happening internationally as well. People are whether it's Nicki Minaj. I mean, who would have thought 15 years back, or even in our parents' generation, that Nicki Minaj would be a fashion icon with her pink extensions? But she
Yeah.
is, or Cardi B. So it's just how do you rock it? Ultimately, fashion is about how do you rock it, and it could be the simplest of garment that you're wearing, but it's about how confident you feel in it. And that is what Koket works on, in embracing your, even sometimes your flaws, and making it cool. Like, it's okay sometimes, women come to me, they have stretch marks, but it doesn't matter that stretch marks are looked at as tiger stripes. Like, you can still own them, and feel that there's a pleasant story behind how did you achieve. Like, I know people who have lost their weight and come to me and they're like, oh shit, but we have stretch marks. I said, but look at your fantastic journey of losing weight, and you know how sexy you look right now. So what if you have stretch marks? It's
Yeah,
okay. Learn how to go beyond that. So
right.
yeah. So
But
Koket,
sorry, yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean, you've been doing a lot of things with decluttering and, sustainability and using whatever you have from your wardrobe. I mean, you also, I mean, that's been your ethos since you've been studying. So, anything you'd like to say on that? Anything we could use at the moment?
I just think that, decluttering right now is the moment of saving money, and we have so much time right now on our hands. So instead of thinking of the next purchase, and instead of having our next wish list, for example, why don't we dig further into our closets and make space, and yeah, it's also a great sign of having a healthier lifestyle, having a healthier mindset, um, uh, being more, when we have less matter in front of us, we're in a space to think more, to be more creative, to just be in a cleaner environment. So why not look into just decluttering our lives, and instead of being so greedy, we can learn how to cut back. So
Yeah.
I'm
Anything
gonna
that
do
you're
that.
indulging in? Okay.
uh in which sense?
Just decluttering your closet, or like how you said, decluttering your
Yeah,
mind,
exactly.
or
So 2 weeks back, I just decided I'm gonna play my cheesiest, most fun numbers, and I played music, and I started decluttering my wardrobe, and I found such things, in my wardrobe which I've never seen in so many years and so long. So it gave me a great sense of joy that I could find things in my wardrobe and utilize that. Uh, from something which I've totally forgotten about. So it was a really fun process and experiment that I did. And yeah, it just gives you so much joy when you
somebody's
find
asking
things.
which songs. Yeah, okay, the songs that you're dancing. And I think you have a whole lot of videos on your Instagram where you're vibing really well on like different songs, and you're such a good dancer while you're doing that. So,
Yeah,
you also did like a whole decluttering, a styling course while you were in London. So, I mean,
yeah.
you mentioned that that's where you specialized also in using your own the things you already have, or something you just took off flea markets. Anything interesting right there?
Exactly. It's right here. And no, I'm gonna try and hold it for you. It's a t-shirt. This is sorry, I'm gonna just show it to you somehow. But
And you also do
basically,
a lot
I
of the
have this
slogan
t-shirt right
t-shirts, right?
here.
Where you speak about, yes, I think I have a photo of that. It's just not coming through
Yeah,
properly, but yeah.
yeah, I have it. I have the t-shirt right here with me. So basically, I got it at a flea market for a throwaway price, and I cut it up and I upscaled it. I upcycled it and made it a crop top. And I used it as a crop top, and the bits and bobs that you can see, I've stuck it on my skirt. And so ironically, it was a Keith Haring design, which is a New York street style artist, very famous in New York. And I made a Crayola ad because the artist is an artist, and very famous for graffiti. And
Right.
I made a Crayola ad out of it. So there are various ways in how to be creative, like I said, and utilize something from literally it was like a pound, that I made, which you can see it looks quite cool. So,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
looks pretty. Yeah.
yeah, so you don't have to spend so much money to look great. Uh, at this point of time, it is about how to basically cut back and still look your stylish best.
This was also one of your styling shoots that you did do while in London, right? So is
Yes.
this also inspired by the same ethos?
Well, I basically did this for a shoot. It was a shoot based on what is the future of fashion, and my future of fashion is being OTT. I love being OTT, and I just
Right,
watched Roxanne at that time on Elton
right.
John, and I did a whole impersonation of Elton John. So I got the crazy wig. I put a jacket on as like a scarf. I wore these crazy clothes, and boom! I think I managed to pull it off.
1 second. Sorry, I'm just trying to put the other photo on the screen.
Yeah,
Ah, yeah. Okay, so
amazing.
this is also part of your styling thing that you studied,
Yes,
right?
yes, absolutely.
And you've also ended up styling a lot of celebrities. So we do have some photos here, but anything you'd like to, how is it styling and how is it sourcing um, different
You know,
celebrity for different
it's
celebrities?
um. Firstly, I initially when I started off my process, I thought, oh God, I may be a little intimidated, or I may be a little scared of how to like go about celebrity styling. And because I've heard so much about celebrity tantrums and this and that. But when I've actually styled them, I've always had such a lovely experience. I think that, contrary to popular belief of how many celebrity tantrums they throw, they actually are the most professional people who I've worked with. They have been always on time, and they've always been very adjusting, and they've always never had a problem to try on different trends or different avatars. I remember I recently did a brand campaign shoot for Pranay Baidia, and I remember the first thing that Yash Birla told me. He said, Anna, I'm only doing this for you. I'm not really the kind to wear such kurtas and pajamas and do a photo
Yeah.
shoot. I said, Yash, don't worry. We will just, see how it goes. And if you're not comfortable, we may not use the photos. But he was such a sport geek. Like, I can't tell you, like, even his accessories, he specifically called, he went back, he told his staff to get more accessories to the shoot point. He was so ready to try on different looks. He was so like accommodating, and I think he looked like $1 million by the end of it. So one should not have like a sort of a stigma, and one should really like just let them be, and they ultimately they are a celebrity for a reason, and they really know how to get the game on in like few takes. So I was just blown away by the results of the shoot.
That's amazing. Anything
Yeah.
fun you're doing during quarantine right now? Just keeping yourself busy? Any fun challenges that you've undertook or anything that you're doing?
I have. I've taken quite a few challenges. The recent one that I was tagged in, but I've yet to try, is the t-shirt challenge, where you're supposed to do a headstand and you're supposed to wear the
Yes,
t-shirt on.
I saw that. Yes, yes, that looked quite intense. My sister just did one yesterday, so yeah, that was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so I am willing to try that, and just basic otherwise the challenges that people have made me do. It's also a great way of connecting with your old friends, and checking up on them on during quarantine, and to see that everything is fine with them. So yeah, I'm actually one for the challenges. Bring them all on.
And I also see you're doing a little fair bit of styling for, I mean, for your mum at the moment because of, I mean, you're doing a fair bit of for her, like she's also started on like a little Chronicles or something like that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. She's doing the Lockdown Chronicles right now, and it's going very well. There's a lot of positive feedback that we're getting, and I'm doing a bit of styling for her and shooting it. So it's been going well, and I'm so excited of the way it's working out, because we just started off as something like a home video, but it's been receiving so well, like all the compliments and the feedback that she's been getting. So it's very exciting during this time period, because we know that there is an agenda for the day, and that is to shoot my mother.
Yeah, so it's like something that you're getting up and getting dressed to do, and
Yeah,
I mean, sending
it's
out
a
good
mother-daughter
vibes,
bonding
positivity.
session as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. Yeah, which you probably wouldn't, or she wouldn't have the time to do usually, while, I mean, because everybody's so busy in their regular schedules on
Yeah,
a regular day. So
yeah,
yeah, okay, that is
absolutely.
an exciting, yeah, time to do. Yeah. Any crazy thing you've been up to during this time?
Well, the craziest thing I can actually think of is just going in my kitchen sometime from time to time, baking these cakes. And I'm baking cakes, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be like baking these cakes, but for who? Because my family is so health conscious. And I'm like, I'm cooking up a storm in the kitchen, and they're like, oh, it smells really good. But when it comes to eating it, I'm like, any takers? I randomly send my cakes to the neighbors. I'm like, please have a piece of my cake.
That's
Otherwise, I
sweet,
go to the
yeah.
garden and have a workout. And every evening I go and have a workout. That yesterday I got a bit too carried away. I did about 40 rounds in 40 minutes, and I came back with a swollen ankle. So
Oh
I'm
no.
nursing it today. Yeah. I'm nursing it today, but it's just been a lot of introspecting as well, of how to basically come up with my next projects and what to do. So I'm utilizing my time in that
Is
right
there
now.
any funny meme which you feel is your favorite at the moment? Any memes that you think
Well,
you really found funny?
recently saw something which was really funny, which says that how can you think that life is going to go back in, to normal in 21 days? Don't people realize it's going to take more than 21 days for life to go back to normal? And I totally believe that, because life is not going to be the very same. We are going to be taking more than 21 days, or maybe I would say close to 6 months for life to be back to the sort of normal that we all know it as. So so we have to just be patient and hang on, and till then hang on to our sanity, most importantly,
Yeah.
during
Are
this
you do
period
you
of
have
time.
do you have a dance like a jig for the quarantine? Because I mean that's some a little bit of a challenge that you could probably start on, I think. Since you're
I
always
think that's
doing
a
these sort of
great idea. I
yeah,
think
yeah,
that's a
but
great idea.
is there a fun jig that you
This
would
is
probably
my
have?
favorite step to do. It's my favorite
Yes.
step. Like I'm like, always get the groove on, and then yeah. So it's just not something that drastic that I thought of during this quarantine, but I think never let the rhythm from yourself go away. It's always important to keep the rhythm within you alive, and that is what is going to take you to the next level. So one should always listen to good music and feel pepped. One should
Right.
never let their beat up.
Spirits
One should always
be
be up.
low. Right, right. Great.
Yeah.
Um, Anything else you'd like to share with us which has been interesting so far? I know, is there a place, I mean, I know this, but is there a place that you would really want to travel to post this? Or I know you just came back from one, which is your favorite place, but yeah.
Well, there are no guesses, there are no surprises, sorry, out here. It is London. I feel very close to home over there. I think the city has so much has given me rather so much, whether it's with education, or whether it's learning how to live by myself, or whether it is learning to know how to manage money, or whether it is to just be self-sufficient in every sphere of the word. So London really does have my heart, and it has also offered me challenges, but I've taken them on. And now when I go back to London, I think it is a dream, because Also, I've lived in the past. I've lived in some really uh, far away places in London. But now that I live in central London, I feel that it is literally my home, in my
Mm.
heart. So,
Right.
um, so yeah, I would love to go back there. Other than that, I always have a wanderlust, and I always love to go to different new places and check it out. There's so many different cultures in the world, and there's so much to learn from them. So I'm
Waiting for the
ready for the
lockdown to
next
end. Yeah,
adventure.
right. All of
Yeah.
us are. All of us are. Is there any DIY thing that you're looking at doing at home, or anything you would think would could be fun to do while we're home? Like, I mean, we're home, we're always looking at activities to do. So, is there like a DIY, declutter sort of a anything we could look at?
I think, I was going through my scarves drawer the other day, and I was like, we are so, especially a person like me who loves to collect scarves. I'm going to start and soon share it with you so that you can soon share it. I'm going to start making scarf necklaces. So, to
Oh,
basically just put
interesting.
together scarves together, different scarves with different prints on it, and make necklaces and wear that as my next fashion statement.
That could be interesting. I think that would be interesting as an activity also for people to be looking at and to be doing at the moment. So yeah, that's a fun idea. Like, because I saw this one thing which I was telling you about was where I saw Kareena Kapoor where she made like a whole necklace out of pasta. So that
Necklace.
was also like a really fun little thing to do. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think I mean that's how you can actually just use your mind at the moment and just keep yourself busy
yeah,
and do
yeah.
things. So right,
One must
right. I'm just
always have that creative side on and switched on, because that's what keeps us busy. Also, I've recently taken to adult coloring books, so I always have my sketchbook out and my coloring pencils and my felt pens. And I just, whenever I feel a little, you know, antsy to go out, I instead use my time to actually color. So that's
right.
what I've also been doing to keep my mind occupied and myself occupied. And I found it in turn very therapeutic.
And is there any, if I were to ask you that your top three things that you wish you'd stocked up on during this lockdown and you couldn't?
Um,
Any such like
well,
indulgences maybe or like
thankfully there is Netflix on everybody's phone or a laptop, so I'm never bored. I have my daily subscription of fun watching that. In turn, I also wish that this quarantine, I wish I stocked up on chocolate. I'm missing chocolate. I don't have any chocolate in my house right now, so I'm
yeah,
missing having chocolate.
being
I
healthy?
don't have much of a sweet tooth, but chocolate is always a good idea, I think. So I wish
Someone's
I had more
posted
chocolate.
beer. I think I wish even I had beer home. So yeah, beer, yes.
Yeah, chocolate is something that I'm like, damn son, I wish I had some of that. Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool, cool. And any top
yeah.
three picks on Netflix which you wish people would, I mean, anything that's been interesting to you so far?
Well, I'm dying to check out Money Heist. It seems to be the talk of the town all over, so I'm dying to get my hands on that and to watch it. However, I just finished watching The Crown, and my God, I just love it. I just thought it's the most fantastic show. It's the most visually appealing show, and the acting is superb. And anybody who is interested in the British history should watch this show. So I would definitely recommend The Crown.
The Crown, okay. Any different hobbies
Yeah.
that you've undertaken at the moment?
Like I said I've taken baking, and it's something that I used to never do. Like I've always because I studied 3 years of hotel management, I have a fair sense of what's happening in the kitchen. I know the know-hows of how to work and operate in the kitchen, but I've never really taken, because of our lives are always so busy that it's a little impossible to constantly go and bake. So that's what's keeping me busy right now.
I like how somebody's just written that the clothes are
And the
great in the
clothes,
craft. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I think if
exactly.
anybody has any questions to you, I think they should just pop it in here. Um, Another really fun question which I wanted to ask you, and I know that you're single, that would you be open to a virtual date, or have you been asked on a virtual date yet? Or how has that been?
um,
Has that been an interesting thing to like, I don't know, how would you feel about that?
well, I think virtual dating. I mean, no, I would rather go on a proper date after quarantine. I think a date should be. I'm very old-fashioned that way. I think that dates should be more personal and more real. I don't believe in this virtual candlelight dinners and stuff like that. If you want to take me out on a candlelight dinner, you better take me out for a candlelight dinner properly. So,
Right.
so yeah, I have been, a girlfriend today was talking to me about uh, these applications, these phone apps such as Tinder, Hinge, blah blah blah. And I
The
was
dating
like,
apps, yeah.
really, I was thinking about it for a minute, but then I was like, no, I'd rather wait, for my Prince Charming to come my way in reality. and
Right.
and I think that the man should own up to whoever, that's me in this case, and say, come on, let's go on a date. And I find that so charming instead, and even I give him half a chance, to wine and dine me.
Okay,
Somebody
that's
wants to have a virtual date with you, it seems.
okay.
Wow.
That's just a funny question. Anyway, uh, I mean, anything you'd like us to like just close on this talk? Anything you'd want to share? Any little
I
dance trick
just
that
think
you'd
that
want to?
one should be upbeat during this time, and one should remain positive, and one should remain busy, because that is the only way to go. Is if you're constantly preoccupied and have a full list of things to do. I know that the time is very you can feel bogged down because you can't step out of the house, but in during the house, if you can line up fun activities, then one should occupy their time wisely.
Yeah, I mean, and it's also a good time to just spend time with family. Maybe not particularly even do something constructive. I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic, so you don't necessarily have to be looking at doing activities. Just chill, calm down, do like
Yeah,
rejuvenate, give yourself that
yeah.
time, and be safe
Some people
home.
have taken to meditation as well, and I think that why not? I mean, our lives are so busy and occupied that if you feel that meditation is the answer, then why not? I mean, you should basically learn also how to relax. Everybody is always constantly having to do something. So if you are not sometimes, it's okay. One should learn how to relax.
Yeah, I think it's a good point to just step back and just yeah, look at doing whatever thing. So
And unwind.
post post the lockdown, what's the first thing that you would like to do?
I would ideally love to just travel. I think travel
Take your
is so
first
much
flight out.
fun. Yeah, literally take the first flight out if I can, and just go somewhere. And I think, because if you're confined to a specific space for too long, you just feel a bit bogged down. So my biggest, like, even my when I look at like something as an incentive, or if I feel that I work too hard, then my biggest indulgence is a travel. So I love to travel, and I would love to take the first flight out wherever at that
Yeah,
time. That
whenever things open up, I think all of us want to do that. Just leave or even like
Yeah,
travel within the country. I think that's a great idea. We
yeah,
haven't seen our own country yet fully, so there's so much to see.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Great,
There's
Anna.
so much to.
It was wonderful talking to you and having you. as a part of this. Somebody's asking which destination, which you already mentioned. You'd want to go to London, but I think within India, where would you want to go if you had to go?
Within India, I always feel that Jaipur, Rajasthan, I think it's so beautiful. Rajasthan is so beautiful, especially later in the towards the latter half of the year. It's so beautiful, and they have these beautiful music festivals also. So if I could, I would definitely go towards Rajasthan. I think it's a great destination, and there's so much to do over there. And again, I love it because there's so much culture. So
Okay.
Rajasthan it is.
Okay, great. I mean, I hope you also drop into Delhi and meet us here. And I hope
Yes.
everybody in Bombay, all my friends that I have in Bombay, because I'm so close to the city, you know how I feel about it. And I'm totally missing coming there. So, yeah, I hope everybody's safe back there. Everybody is keeping home, keeping the spirits high as it always is. Uh, and I hope we'd see you again sometime in Delhi or on a video chat again. And yeah, anything you'd like to say? Any little jig you want to close this on?
Just a big kiss to
Yeah.
all people who have watched me, and to you, a biggest hug to you, and thank you for having me. And it's
Thank
been
you for being a
such
part
a
of this.
pleasure.
Yes, please take care. And
Yeah.
we hope to, yeah. Thank you. And say, and all our love to everybody in Bombay.